I thought this would be a really boring game market the entire week. I actually thought we would have very little to say about betting this game because I never thought a three would ever really appear. My number in the game is Bills by one. Um, I if you're like, all right, well, you're one. How did we get? We opened two. How did we get to three? Well, it was kind of interesting. First of all, it's early in the week, so it doesn't take quite as much to move everything. So it doesn't even have to be like the smartest people registering their opinion. I think I'm curious if part of it is our lasting impression of both teams from the previous week. And I know that sounds really shallow and like a bad reason to make a bet, but the Chiefs were outgained significantly from a yards per play standpoint by the Raiders last night, even though they won. And the Bills had the most soul crushing statistical win imaginable against the Steelers. And I can dispute those points really easily and argue why it's wrong to interpret it that way. But those both happened, and they happened last week. And the Bills are starting to put together kind of like an all-time team stat profile for a season, basically. That's like how it looks on paper right now. So if that's true, maybe they just become a play on in all situations where the numbers are like this, even though it's against Kansas City and even though it's at Arrowhead and even though it's Mahomes. I'm curious if that's kind of part of what's happening here, just the way the Bills team profile looks and what the Chiefs did last night. So I bet basically about a half unit on Kansas City plus three minus 110. I was holding out more in case like we got a really crazy number. We never did. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, position wise. That's my number in the game. And I really disagree, honestly, with if this three is going to come back or if it's going to hang out around that number. I don't think that's the correct number in the game, or at least I think that's a number worth betting, would be the right way to put it.
Yeah, so Kansas City plus three. I just feel like it's really as easy as it gets here. My number in the game is Buffalo minus one. So I do think the Bills should be favored. I don't think the Chiefs should be favored in the game. I'm not saying that they're definitely going to win the game. Just the Kansas City plus three. I didn't think we would get there. And I tweeted last night after the game, after the Chiefs beat the Raiders. I guess the only thing that's left now with Kansas City after this game is waiting for a three to ever pop. And someone tweeted me, like, do you think that will happen? And I said, I don't know. I don't think it will. And then lo and behold, Tuesday morning, it's three. Someone tweeted me saying, hey, I see a three. Should I bet it? And I'm thinking, well, I don't know where the hell you're seeing this, but let me check my places here to see if it's actually real. And it was. And then I called Ken to let Ken know. So I took a small piece of it then. And then I saw like juice started going towards Kansas City. And I feel like the number's going to come off. So then I bet more on Kansas City. So I'm like invested right now in Kansas City plus three, taking a bit of a gamble that it won't go up to 3.5. I can't imagine that's the case. And honestly, if it does, I'm just going to bet more on Kansas City and just be super invested on the Chiefs in this game. It's not even that they're going to win or that I necessarily love like the on-field handicap here, just that I think it's a great number to grab here. Kansas City plus three. So Ken, that's a bet for me. The Chiefs, I'm in, and I feel really, really, really good about it.